Traders. I am Stephen Davis, Senior Market Strategist, RJO Futures. Friday morning, we're here to talk to you about the grain markets. Okay, the managed funds, they started buying these grains the last quarter of 2016 and added steadily to these positions right into the end of February. The only market that they stayed short was in Chicago wheat, and the biggest long positions they have are in soybean and cattle. So some of these long positions are now underwater, so it's really imperative that these markets try to hold together and help these managed funds in their long positions. Okay, the corn market. Remember last week we brought up corn's looking for a new story to trade on. Well, this week China bought 3 cargoes of U.S. corn, so China buying anything in the short term is friendly and bullish. When we ship corn to China and Asia markets, it goes out of the Pacific Northwest. So it's nice to see this avenue of our export opening up. Remember, we had all these rains in California, and this washed out some of the rail in Montana and Wyoming and shut down our rail of agriculture to the Pacific Northwest. So this seemed to be opening up. So that's a good story. Okay, the soybean market. Well, soybean again here. We're under pressure here, we're in support, and really imperative that the market tries to hold together here. There is dryness in the plains, and if that were to move up into the Corn Belt this spring and summer, that can be something. So we need to see some buyers in here. China, a big buyer of U.S. soybeans that are notorious for coming in and buying soybeans when they're lower priced. Well, here we are, lower prices. In our first chart today, we got a daily chart of corn. You can see that in pretty good support here. And all of these charts I'm going to show you this morning have the 200-day moving average right above the market. So if we can get above these moving average, that can be technically bullish in the short term. So the soybean market, back to that here, you're going to get all these acres into soybeans on this March 31st Plantings Intentions Report. A really big report, and that's 2 weeks from today. So kind of hard for the markets how this report could be anything but bearish, but we'll keep talking about that. Okay, the wheat market here, like Egypt, the biggest buyer in wheat, continues to buy wheat, and the market seems to be moving higher. We have a chart here on soybeans, a daily chart, and then moving on to the daily chart in wheat. You can see we had a big short covering rally in wheat, and now it's pulling back into very good support. We'll see what happens next. Okay, the economics of food. Tiananmen's revolution in China. This was 30 years ago, and this makes Chinese officials cringe. And this started with higher prices of food. So the Chinese, they put out all these, they assuage the reports that they put out so the Chinese population don't get scared, don't get feared about higher food prices or a scarcity of food prices. So pork in China supposedly rose 7 to 8% in January. So can this revolution that happened 30 years in China happen again? Certainly. And the Chinese officials are very concerned and very aware of this, hence the reports they put out about their productions and prices of food to assuage their population. So wrapping this up here, we're 2 weeks away from a very big planning intentions report. We'll keep talking about that. Everybody have an excellent weekend.